Hello there and welcome to my channel and welcome to a book haul. Now this may well be just part one of a book haul. It depends. I think I might do it in two parts because I have got quite a few books. So I haven't decided. Let's see how we do with the time. So grab a cup of tea. I advise it because, as I say, I have got a lot of books. So I've got my cup of tea. And we'll get started. I think I've moved everything that I need to show you. So where will we start? We'll start with the stuff on the table. I've got some down by my side as well. What I will say to you is if you don't already subscribe to my channel, please consider doing so. I would really appreciate it. Comment down below if you've read any of the books. And if so, what did you think of them? Please tell me, I really appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. So let's get started. There is a mixture. There's a mixture of genres. There's a mixture of authors. There's a mixture, just a total mixture. So let's start with, now a lot of these books, well I say a lot of them, a few of them I have taken from recommendations from other booktubers that I watch. And so yeah, some of them I haven't, and to be truthful, I won't be able to remember where. If I can, I will tell you which booktuber I saw them on. Otherwise, I will just go through them. So we have, the first one I have, The Assembly Such as This, a novel, Fitzwilliam Darcy, Gentleman. And that's basically Pride and Prejudice by, through the eyes of Mr. Darcy. And that's basically, so I'm going to not go a lot into it because like I say, well, let's make this video too long. So it's just saying, so there begins a timeless romance of Fitzwilliam Darcy and Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice. Jane Eyre's classic novel is beloved by millions, but the little is revealed in the book about the mysterious and handsome hero, Mr. Darcy. And so the question has long remained, who is Fitzwilliam Darcy? So and then it says, in the assembly such as this, Pamela Adden finally answers the long-standing questions. Also, this is the first book of the Fitzwilliam Darcy Gentleman trilogy. So there we go. So that's the first one. Then we have, like I say, these are going to jump from just, they're not in any special order. So then I have Cecilia Ahern, The Year I Met You. Now that one, sorry, I know I got that recommendation by Laura in the books because she was doing a June Prejudice one where she was reading books to do or related to Pride and Prejudice. So I know that that's where that one came from. This one I think I just picked up because I fancied reading it, and second hand, this again is second hand, I think a lot of them are. And as I say, it was Cecilia Ahern, The Year I Met You. I do like Cecilia Ahern. I find them quite easy reads, quite just escapism. Yeah, just want an easy, nice read. You click into this one. Does it say anything about it in here? Have you never acknowledged my existence, nor I yours, but you are the circus act all of your own, and I cannot help but be your audience. So Jemima loves two things, her sister and her work, and when her work is taken away, she has no idea who she is. Matt loves two things, his family and the booze. Without them, he hits rock bottom. One New Year's Eve, two people's paths collide, as they often do in these books, don't they? Both have time on their hands, both at the crossroads. But as the year unfolds through moonlight nights and suburban days, an unlikely friendship slowly starts to bloom. So yeah, love that. Nice easy read. In fact, I've got some books on here of hers left to read. Then I've got a little bit of a, I was going to say a bizarre one. A Doodle Diary. That's a mouthful, isn't it? So it's just kind of, I thought it was a fun way of sort of diarying your food habits with some sort of illustrations in, because yet again, like a lot of the time and a lot of people, I do need to lose weight and I never get around to doing it. So there's like tasks and things like that. Might help, probably not get anywhere with it, but we'll give it a go. So that's that one. Doesn't say who actually wrote that, does it? Just says in which I record my little but significant illuminating triumphs. So I don't know. We'll go with that. Or it's real life tips from genuine successful slimmers. So that's, there we go, with nice illustrations in. So we'll go back to the theme of Pride, Pride and Prejudice, and basically the book's called Pride. Eva Zolboni, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, apparently the author of American Street, the National Book Award finalist, a Pride and Prejudice remix. So again, I saw this on Laura and the Books. I'll just get a slurp of my tea. And as I say, because it was a different take on Pride and Prejudice in the modern world and set in America. Let's see if it tells you here. So Brooklyn Proud family, proud, and the proud of her Afro-Latino roots, but pride must not be enough to save her rapidly gratifying neighbourhood from becoming unrecognisable. When the wealthy Darcy family moves in across the street, she wants nothing to do with the two teenage sons, even as her older sister Jane starts to fall for the charming Ainsley. She especially can't stand the judgmental and arrogant Darius. So yeah, I'm not going to go through it all because it'll take ages, you know what I mean, to get through all the books. So different version of Pride, a remix of it, an updated, set in America and based around two black families. So it's in a timely update of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, critically acclaimed author Ibi Zebini successfully balances cultural identity, class, heady magic of first love in her vibrant reimagining of a beloved classic. So we've got that one to try. I'll put that actually with the one about Mr. Darcy. Then there was a book, I have a little tale. There was a book I had wanted for ages. As soon as it had come out, I kept looking at it and thought, oh, I don't really want to pay, I say full price, but so I kept looking at it. I looked on kept seeing it on Amazon, and it was, I believe it was going to be £18. It's a hardback book. Love a hardback book. Kept keeping an eye out to see if Sainsbury's got it. As of yet, as I film this, I still don't have it in. Maybe it's not their genre. Or so I wanted it for ages and ages. Kept looking on Amazon. Popped up to see if I could get it from Asda a few weeks ago, which was actually the first week I went out. In fact, up until filming this, the only week I've actually been out other than going to work and doing the food shop. Popped into Asda thinking they do a little bit cheaper books. Didn't have it. Gave in, ordered it from Amazon. And then on Facebook, one of the reading groups I'm in, or the book club sort of groups I'm in, that I follow, they said it was on ebooks for 99p. The exact same day that it arrived from Amazon. So I do like a hardback book. I tend to read physical books rather than ebooks. So I thought, do you know, I'd purchased the one on ebook because I thought, well, if I'm out and about or I've got one to take me Kindle to work, I can read it there. But otherwise, I have the physical copy, and it probably be a copy I'd want to keep. So it is Hamlet by Maggie O'Farrell, and basically it is the story of Hamlet, Shakespeare's son. It is fiction, and I'm so looking forward to reading that. But at the moment, I'm reading quite a thick book, but I can't wait for that. And so yes, only happens to me when you kind of think, I held off and held off. It's the same with movies, when you purchase a movie and then it comes on the TV, doesn't it? But anyway, so Hamlet, I am so looking forward to that. So it's basically, as I say, the story of, so it just says, one summer's day in 1596, a young girl in Stratford-upon-Avon takes to her bed with a fever. Her twin brother Hamlet searches everywhere for help. Why is nobody at home? Their mother Agnes is over a mile away in a garden where she's grown medical herbs. Their father is working in London. Neither parents know that one of their children will not survive the week. Hamlet is a novel inspired by the son of the famous playwright, and it is the story of a bond between twins and of the marriage pushed to the brink by grief. So yes, so looking forward to that. So looking forward to that one. Then we have, now this one I saw recommended on BookTube, and to be truthful, I can't think, it might be Meg Says, I may be wrong with that one, but basically I thought it would be interesting, and that is the days and nights of London now as told by those who love it, hate it, live it, left it, and long for it. Londoners, Craig Taylor. So basically it is stories of different people who live in London. So it says, when you're dealing with a massive amount of material, you can't help but ask yourself, isn't this what writing's all about? I'm just trying to find the bit where it might be in the inside. Oh, hear the voices of London, rich and poor, naive immigrants, women and men, witnessed by Carl Taylor, in an acclaimed journalist, playwright and writer who spent 5 years exploring the city and listening to the residents. In this chorus of working city, a vibrant, dramatic and constantly changing landscape supported by complex, infractured and powered by its vast population. This, with the promise of jobs, culture, freedom and opportunity, London is a destination for millions. Some thrive, some sink, some struggle to build a life for themselves among the teeming multitudes to crave out their own space in a city which they call home. From the woman whose voice announces the stations at London's Underground to the man who plants the trees along Oxford Street. From a Pakistani currency trader to a guardsman at Buckingham Palace, from a marriage registrar at Westminster Hall to the director of the biggest Bethnal Green funeral parlour. Together, these voices and many more paint a vivid, epic and wholly fresh portrait of 21st century London. Looking forward to that. I feel it's going to be, I'm just thinking I was hitting the skirt boards there. I think it's going to be sort of a dippy in and out one, so I think that's kind of a maybe bedside table book, so we'll put that one there. I'll put that there because I'm not sure, actually no, I will go carry on with this one. The next one is actually Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, this version of it, and it's illustrated by Alice Tully, and it's basically, I just thought it would be lovely to have like a, let me see, like illustration of it. So again, it's another nice one to have on your bookshelf. Sorry, I'm coughing away as I often do. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. So that actually goes with my, so that's 3 Pride and Prejudice themed books, so we'll put that on there for the moment. Then recent buy has been my LJ Ross, Holy Island. It is a DCI Ryan mystery. She keeps company with the best mystery writers of the times. So this isn't, this is not the first of the mysteries. I'm pretty sure it's not. I'll need to sort of track the author of them. Oh, it must be. Well, that's confusing because this, when I went to get it, originally when I'd seen the books, Holy Island wasn't out. So unless it's a republish, not sure. Oh, it says book one there. I couldn't get it, and I happened to be in Sainsbury's, so it must have come out. I knew it was coming out shortly, but I saw it seemed strange because I have another one, which I will. Oh, there it is. Is that one? No, it's not. Yeah, it is that one, and I'm sure. I don't know if that's the. No, that's a different mystery. Sorry. Oh, I'll put it in shortly. So yeah, and the reason being, I live in the northeast. And so the books look like they're based in local areas. We've got one Angel, which will be about, you know, have some connection to the Angel of the North. We've got Cragside. We've got Bridges, because Newcastle famously has lovely bridges. So I am so looking forward to that. So that's what's attracted me to that one. So Detective Inspector Ryan retreats to Holy Island seeking sanctuary when he's forced to take a sabbatical leave from his duties as a homicide detective. A few days before Christmas, his peace is shattered. So I might actually put that with my Christmas books, actually. I didn't realise it was set in Christmas. It was just the fact I fancied it was a northeast based fiction, and yeah, and it was, I thought, and I like a thriller and fiction. So a few sorry. A few days before Christmas, his peace is shattered and he is thrust back into the murky world of murder when a young woman is found dead amongst the ancient ruins of the nearby priory. When former local girl Dr. Diane Taylor arrives on the island as a police consultant, old memories swim to the surface, making her confront her difficult past. She and Ryan struggle to work together. To hunt a killer who hides in plain sight, while pageant ritual and small-town politics muddy the waters of their investigation. Murder and mystery is peppered with sparkling of romance and humour in this fast-paced crime whodunit set on the spectacular Northumberland island of Lindisfarne, cut off from England's mainland by tidal causeway. Holy Island is a blockbuster, so I'm so looking forward to that. But the fact it's set near Christmas. Anyway, so yes, so that is why I went for that one. Let's keep going. We might get there. So have another drink of your cup of tea. Next, I just love the cover of this one. Murder Underground, Molly Dorrell Hayes. British Library crime classic. Love the cover. Guess it's a murder on the underground. Detective novel is much more than an interesting. Numerous characters are well differentiated. I can't even say it, man. And include one of the most frankless. What is it, life literary man that ever confused a trial? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, so when Miss Pongleton is found murdered on the stairs of the Bellside Park station, her fellow boarders in the Frampton Hotel are not. Also means there must be hotel boarders and not the underground boarders. Are not overwhelmed with grief at the death of this tiresome old lady, but they all have their theories about the identity of the murder to help unravel the mystery of who killed the wealthy and several of her fellow residents. Even Toppy the terrier has a part to play in the events that lead to a dramatic arrest. This classic mystery novel is set in around the northern line of the London Underground. It is now republished for the first time since 1930. So I am looking forward to that, and I might end up starting collecting them because I just love the cover. Love the cover, so we've got that one. I thought, oh. Anyway, then another one I got from Sainsbury's, because I bought that one from Amazon. I forgot to say where I've gotten them from. Just because I'd heard so much about these ones, and I think I've read one of her books before, Lisa Jewell's The Family Upstairs, One House, Two Families, Three Bodies. Really looking forward to it. A large house in London's fashionable Chelsea. Her baby is awake in her cot, well fed and cared for. She's happily waiting for someone to pick her up. In the kitchen lie three decomposing corpses. Close to them is a scribbled note, and they've been dead for several days. Who's been looking after the baby, and where did they go? Yes, so I'm looking forward to that one. My grandfather used to live in Chelsea, so I like London, and well, I love London as well. So yes, looking forward to that one. Right. I have an obsession at the moment for narrowboats, and so when I saw this book, I thought I'm going to read it. So it's Rosie Archer's The Narrowboat Girls. As bombs fall, four girls find new hope. I'm not a big one of reading books set in the war, but I thought, you know, I've read the odd one, and I thought I'll give it a go. One of the nation's favourite wartime saga writers, so it's interesting. So Elsie Baker's desperate for a new start. So this is Hampshire in 1944, desperate for a new start from her husband after her husband leaves her, when her friend Izzy herself is planning an escape from her abusive boyfriend, tells her about a job going for women on a narrowboat crew. She jumps at the chance. Her new boss, Dorothy, is kind and fair, but it's clear she has a secret of her own. The crew was completed by Tilly, searching for a new vocation now that her dream job has been snatched away. The work is hard, but the girls forge a close friendship that will see them through the darkest time. What none of them could have predicted, though, is just how much work on the canals will change their lives. Could it really be what started as a means of escape will end up giving each of them everything they've ever wanted? So actually I wonder if that's, we'll see, because I'll give that a go. Got that one from Amazon. What have we got here? Do you know what it is? I think we're still going with the old theme of Pride and Prejudice. I'm sure this is related to it as well. So Curtis Sittingfield, bestseller author of American Wife. It's an update of Pride and Prejudice again. So for sisters Lizzie and Jane coming home to suburbia means being paraded at their Lucas family barbecue, where burgers are served alongside eligible men, but it's difficult to focus on rebooting their love lives when the family mock Tudor house starts to crumble around them. Yet, as their mother reminds them, it's not every day you meet a pair of handsome single doctors. So yes, eligible. Looking forward to that. Another retake on Pride and Prejudice. A little bit of a theme. So let's keep going. We're getting there. Actually, do you know what it is? I am going to stop here. I'm going to stop here and do a part 2, which I will obviously film straight away, but I think 24 minutes is long enough for you. So thank you for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up and look out for part 2, because I am going to continue filming, but I don't want to make this video too long. Take care. Let's do this all again very shortly. Enjoy the books you're reading, and comment down below if you've read any of the ones that I have mentioned there. Take care. See you shortly. Bye.